This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6, and it reads, Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rahakakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and my fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also, salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners and your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Ayashar Barzal from the Indianapolis branch of the Great Millstone, coming back at you with another lesson that is edifying to the elect body of the nation of Israel. All right, I got this article from End Time Headlines. It says, Judge rules biblical teaching a threat to child's well-being, bans from church. All right. And this is from End Time Headlines. I'll put a link to this in the description box. And it goes on. It says, opinion, a stunning legal decision in Maine. A judge has ruled that a mother is forbidden from taking her daughter to church unless it is a church approved by her ex-boyfriend. All right. And on that, key in on this word legal, it brings to mind a video I was watching of beloved Elder Malcolm. He was going into the word legalese, and it was saying it's everything that the word pretty much means. It's everything against the Bible. So I went to look into it. I cannot remember the exact source where he said he got it from. So I looked it up on the internet. And this is the question that I asked. Does legalese conflict with the Bible? And this is what it came up with. It says, the Bible says that legalism, which emphasizes works done by the flesh, distorts the gospel of Hamashiach, Yahushua Hamashiach. However, the Bible also influenced legal systems around the world, and some say biblical laws are the foundation of modern civil justice. All right, well, first of all, let's get the first sentence in that the Bible says that legalism emphasizes works done by the flesh, distorts the gospel of Yahushua HaMashiach, which is true. This is the book of Galatians. Chapter 5, and get straight to the point, verse 16, 17. Verse 16, and it reads, This I say then, when in the Spirit ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit lusteth against the flesh. And these are contrary to one to the other, so that ye cannot do things that ye would. All right, so hey, that's even though I couldn't find the source, this is just another one. That AI is another source that backs up what he said. All right, let's back to the article. It says, the second part of that AI says, however, the Bible also influenced legal systems around the world, and some say that biblical laws are the foundation of modern civil justice, and that blatantly is a false lie. I can go to many scriptures that will prove that, but I'll just pick one for the purpose of the, want to keep the video concise. This is Leviticus, and this is the law, 19, verse 15. And it reads, Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness thou shalt judge thy neighbor. And we know for sure, the laws for Esau, Edom, and the laws for Jake are totally different. Totally different. So no, it benefits them. When it says thou shalt not respect a person, doesn't matter what your status is. Okay, if you're poor or if you're rich, mighty, the same offense warrants the same punishment, and that's not the case. We know that. All right. And what was this that Thomas Jefferson said? His quote as it related to slavery. All right. He says, I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just, that his justice cannot sleep forever, that considering numbers, nature, and natural means only, a revolution of the wheel of fortune, an exchange of situation is among possible events. All right. That it may become probable by supernatural interference. The Almighty has no attribute which can take sides with us in such a contest. And you can go look up that full list, that this full thing. But this was directly with respect to um, slavery. Okay, they knew it was wrong, but they kept doing it anyway. As a matter of fact, he had slaves on his own. All right, back to the article. It says. Let's see. In a stunning legal decision in Maine, a judge has ruled that a mother is forbidden from taking her daughter to church unless it is a church approved by her ex-boyfriend. And we know, according to the scriptures, the church is not a physical building. Okay, Acts 7:48 and 17:24 clearly tells you that the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands. All right, we are the temples. Okay, the Israelites, the body of the Israelites. Okay, and I'm not assuming that this is that they are Israelites, because it said that this happened in Maine, and I'm looking at a chart for the ethnicity, population by race and ethnicity for Maine, and it has pretty much 90% white, non-Hispanic. Um, Next is Hispanic white, which is at 3%, Asian, which is at 3%. They have black or African American, 2%, and then other races, 2 or more, at 2% as well. All right. So when I look at this, it's a 90% chance that um, the people in question here are so-called Edomites, just based on this information that I have right here. Because you have looks like a 6% combination of Northern and Southern Kingdom. We look at that again, 2%, 2%, actually 7%. All right, 7%. Northern and Southern Kingdom combined in Maine. All right. It says the ruling has sparked a significant controversy as it directly challenges religious freedoms and parental rights. All right. Liberty Counsel, a legal organization specializing in religious liberty cases, has taken immediate action to appeal the decision, arguing that it violates the U.S. Constitution and centuries of legal precedent protecting a parent's right to raise their child in their faith. And see, there you go. They said that the laws are influenced by the Bible. Here's a clear contradiction to that right here. All right. It says the case stems from a dispute between the parents who separated before their daughter was born. For years, there was no major conflict regarding parental decisions until the mother and daughter began attending church together. The father objected to his daughter wearing T-shirts with Bible verses and expressed outrage when she wanted to be baptized, calling it indoctrination. All right. So, yeah. Uh, so the father's a demon. All right. For the most part. And, it is the father's duty to teach his children, you But here again, I'm not even sure if these are Jake's. All right. You know, they could just be following that false Christianity deal that really is indoctrination. You know, I can agree with him on that. All right, but yeah, right now he doesn't want her to have anything to do with it, um, with that, and hey, it is what it is. But this is for the purposes of teaching edification to the elect, and actually teaching our children like we're supposed to. All right, especially when that on the fathers. The mother has her role too, but this is what I'm focusing on. All right, it says a major focus of his complaint was that Calvary Chapter Bangor teaches the Bible chapter by chapter, verse by verse, an approach that is central to the Calvary Chapel movement nationwide. All right. To support his case, he hired former California State University sociology professor who characterized the church as a cult. Interesting. All right. And once again, the church, according to the Bible, is the assembly of the Israelites. All right. And we know it was just a man because, the scriptures tell us it is not permitted for women to speak in the church. All right. And since there are only two genders, simple process of elimination. It's the man. All right. Let me get that scripture. This is the book of Acts. The church. Why did I change my church? Church. Slovakia. Church. All right. All right. This is the book of Acts 11 and 26. All right. And it says, and when he had found him, he brought him unto Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church. Okay. And taught much people. And the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch. So, a good scripture. We know that the first Christians, Christian, which is at this time a byword, it was talking about the Israelite men. All right, the disciples. All right, no other nation. All right, so let me get that word church. And it came to pass. Assembled themselves. Okay, church.
Strong's G 1577. Ecclesia. Ecclesia.
All right. And since the Bible is only for the Israelites, according to Leviticus 26, chapter 44 through 46, and proved again by Psalms 147, verse 19 and 20. Here's the definition right here. Ecclesia, the assembly of the Israelites. All right. Point blank, period. Okay. So now you understand what the church is, and you also understand who are the true Christians. The true Christians that were, as in byword, called Christians, are the actual Israelites. All right. Back to the article. All right. The judge's order can declare that because the mothers testified that her daughter's faith in God was more important than anything, the court found that Elizabeth's beliefs about Calvary Chapel's teachings have eclipsed her ability to make decisions that are in her daughter's best interest. Wow. And they want to put the Ten Commandments back in the schools. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, this is side note, this is where Brother against brother, kingdom against kingdom, Esau against Esau. All right. It says the judge spent nearly half of her 11-page opinion excoriating Calvary Chapel's ministers and members for having the audacity to pray over Elizabeth and Andrea. Okay. As a result, she is now banned from taking her daughter to Calvary Chapel or any other church the father does not approve of. All right. And why does the father take her? Or why doesn't he teach her? This decision has deeply alarmed, it's Christians, deeply alarmed Christians as it raises concerns about how the government could interfere in religious upbringing. Yeah, I thought there was supposed to be separation between church and state. All right. Another contradiction to that, what that AI found, that the Bible heavily influences, the laws of this land. Reagan tried it with executive order number 5018 that he signed back on February 3rd, 1983, declaring the law, the Bible as a law of the land, or the year of the Bible. I think that's what it was. But, hey, he's an Edomite. You can't do that. It's not your book, dude. All right? But that just goes to show how stupid the people are, all right, when they don't read. It says, one of the most disturbing elements of this case is the mischaracterization of Calvary Chapel as a cult. In reality, Calvary Chapel is one of the most Bible-centered Christian movements in the U.S. and beyond. Founded by Pastor Chuck Smith in the 1960s, the Calvary Chapel movement grew out of the Earth Pig movement, welcoming people from all backgrounds, including many disillusioned youth from counterculture. All right, let me look up this guy, Pastor Chuck Smith, Calvary Chapel. Yep, Edomite. Well, that's, I really don't know, but hey, he surely looks like one. Yeah, surely looks like one. Wikipedia here. Go to his biography, if they have one. Personal life. Let's see what that says. Nope, doesn't say anything. Doesn't say anything, but yeah, that's him right there. I would venture to say Edomite. All right, but with respect to the scriptures, like I said, this is a teaching moment for Jake on how we as fathers are supposed to teach our children, okay, the law, and the downside of that. You don't have to look any further than the first 3 chapters of the book of Judges. We did not do that, and they got Israel in a whole bunch of trouble. Captivity after captivity, in the first 3 chapters. All right. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, beginning in verse 1. All right. Now, therefore, hearken, O Israel, Israelites, northern nation, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for you to do them, that ye may live and go in and possess the land which Yahweh, our power of your fathers, giveth you. Verse 2, ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of Yahweh your power, which I command you. Your eyes have seen what the Lord did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that follow Baal Peor, Yahweh thy power have destroyed them from among you. But ye did cleave unto Yahweh your power, are alive every one of you this day. All right. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess. Therefore, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. And that's going to happen again, you know, when we get into the kingdom, according to Isaiah chapter 2. All right. Verse 7. For what nation is there so great who hath Yahweh Bashem Yahushai so nigh to them, as Yahweh our power is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? It says, only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life. And that's exactly what happened in the first 3 chapters of Judges. It says, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. All right? That's what we're supposed to do. That should not be left up to the mother. You know, it's up to the fathers when it comes to those children. All right? Now, the woman teaches the younger women things, according to Titus, book of Titus. But, you know, when it comes to the law, the scriptures, and he teaches his wife. All right? Yeah. He's supposed to be teaching his children, just like Proverbs 22:6 said. All right? This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, and the Apocrypha, chapter 30, again in verse 3. And it reads, he that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. Verse 4, though his father die, yet he is though as he were not dead, for he hath left one behind him that is like himself. That's to carry on, all right? Carry on those teachings, just like Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 9 said, all right? It says, while he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him, and when he died, he was not sorrowful, all right? Because he knew he had was leaving a great legacy, or left a great legacy, all right? He says, verse 6, he left behind him an avenger against his enemies, and one that shall requite kindness to his friends. All right, let's get that word requite. I thought I had the Webster's Dictionary open. Requite. Requite. To make a return. Adds to make a return for. Okay, to repay, to make a retaliation for. And he's not retaliating to his friends. Make a suitable return for a benefit or service or for an injury. All right. Pretty much straightforward. All right. And then I'm going to close out with this one. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7. And it reads, remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee. All right. Ask thy father, and he will show thee thy elders, and they will tell thee. All right. Now we know according to the scriptures, we supposed to treat an elder as a father. Okay. What's the law for, honoring your father and mother? So you will have long life. All right. Long life. And that's what the scriptures do when you keep them. They give life. When you turn away from them, they bring death. All right. So once again, I thought this was a good article for a teaching moment. With that, I hope this lesson was edifying to the elect body of the nation of Israel. Once again, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teaching this is 100% truth. Salutations to them and my fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also, salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, also known as the Israelite foreigners, and your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, I say Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, Ababa Shalom.